Hey Leos, how are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are good. I'm sorry I am posting this update a bit later than expected. I've been dealing with my own health concerns, so I really haven't been able to be as active as I would like to over the past few days, but I do want to get this out to you. So again, this is going to be Leo and all 12 moon placements, right, for the week. So for the week for my Leos, we'll start with Aries and go all the way to Pisces. So spirit guides, angels, ancestors for my Leos that have a Aries moon, what do they need to know for the week? For my Leo, thank you. So we have Eternal Gatekeeper. Acknowledge, assert, and protect what's right for you. Okay. So I love this energy. I love this energy because this energy is bold, brash, and unapologetic, right? So you actually, Leo with Aries moon, when we look at Eternal Gatekeeper, you really hold the key to everything you want in life, everything you desire in life, but also you hold the key to who you let in your life and who you no longer allow access into your life. So are you really utilizing that ability? And some of you can say yes, and some of you can say no. It's just all of you will be different. But this is for you to acknowledge that you really are the gatekeeper to your life. You are the gatekeeper to your world. And in this week that's coming up here, my Leos with Aries moons, there may be a situation where you have to utilize that power, right? Where you are the gatekeeper and you may have to allow access for somebody into your life or deny access. And we start off with the Ace of Cups. Okay. So normally these weekly readings, I just take the messages as they may come out, but we got the Ace of Cups here. So this goes two ways. Either there is a new love that's coming into your life this week, and you are the one that gets to be that eternal gatekeeper that says, yes, you are allowed into my life, or no, I do not want to deal with this, right? Or there's some new form of emotional, if you will, there's some new form of an emotional offer, right? Something that really is fulfilling, something that really is, that would be fulfilling. I will tell you this though, because we have the Tower in the reverse and we also have the Ace of Pentacles. Just be careful that looks aren't deceiving, because this is what these two energies here give me when I see this Ace of Pentacles and the Tower in the reverse. Just make sure that looks aren't deceiving. Just make sure that you aren't making a decision this week or allowing somebody into your life based off the emotional element of it. Now, I know with an Aries moon, you guys can be very passionate, very intense. Sometimes you guys can be really impulsive. And all of you, that degree will vary depending on the other aspects within your chart. So don't all just start saying, oh, I'm not like that. Listen, okay? You got to look at your whole chart to know. But I'm just saying in general for Aries moons, you can be. The moon is where your emotions lie, and your emotions can be a bit temperamental. Right? Good, bad, or indifferent. So just make sure that you're not allowing somebody in your life based off the emotional aspect of it, or make sure that you're not accepting opportunities or possibilities or situations into your life based off of the emotional aspect of it, right? You may feel good, or you may feel like this is something that you want or that you want to do, or you feel really aligned with it, and it's fool's gold. Okay? There's an energy to be careful here. Bottom of the deck, I'll point out, it's the High Priestess. And I'm sorry if you hear my cat, use your intuition. That's going to be your highlight and your winning factor for the week. Use your intuition. Leave the emotions to the side, please, for the week. Leave the emotions to the side and really go off of your intuition. Though you may feel really drawn or connected to a person or an opportunity or a situation, it looks like it's what would be fulfilling for you. It looks like this is what you want. But does your intuition align with that? Does your intuition feel the same way? So I'll tell you this, Leo with Aries moon, especially when you are Leo and Aries moon, that's really fiery. Slowing down, right? That may not be your, best key feature, right? But this week will make you slow down, right? You need to slow down and just reevaluate the situation before you agree or accept any offers that may look good, but is potentially fool's gold, okay? So let's get one last card here for you. So for let's switch decks. Something just told me to switch decks. So for my Leos with Aries moons, What else do they need to know for this week? What else does my Leo Sun with Aries Moons need to know for this week? Thank you. And what did I say? Opportunity. If you can see, focus. Again, there's an opportunity coming up, whether this is in love or a circumstance, maybe an offer of any sort, whether this is an offer given to you by family, just an opportunity at hand, job, whatever it may be. There's an opportunity coming up. But make sure it's not fool's gold. Read the fine print, and that's what the High Priestess does. She knows everything says nothing, but she knows the devil that's in the details. That's what's being asked of you this week, Aries Moon. Okay? I love you guys, and I'm going to leave it here. All right? All right. So we're moving on to our Leos with the Taurus Moon. Leos with Taurus Moons, what do they need to know for this week coming up? Hopefully you guys are okay. So we have false beliefs. Once the untruths that we believe about ourselves are illuminated, so are the ways we can release the false limitations they confine us to. Okay, this is interesting to see how this will play out. Because this can go a couple of different ways, so I'm going to see what we get in tarot. What does our Leo Suns and Taurus Moons need to know for this week? What do our, thank you, King of Wands, your energy popping right on up. Our Leo Suns and, okay, bottom of the, and I'm sorry if you hear my cat, bottom of the deck is the Hangman, which talks about perspective, changing a perspective, needing to look at things in a different light, needing to look at things in a different way. That's what's being asked of you, Leo, Sun, Taurus, Moon. So we got the King of Wands, Two of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Cups. Interesting. This goes a couple of different ways. So I'm going to try to give you all the storylines that fit here because I'm just getting multiple messages. For some of you, Leo, Suns, Taurus, Moons, you may have a certain belief when it comes to relationships or family. You may have a certain idea in regards to relationships and families that's not truly in alignment. It feels like there's some form of false belief, and these false beliefs can be caused by relationships in your past that weren't good, or you may have not had the ideal example of relationships, or you may have not had the ideal example of, family or unity. Some of you may have experienced relationships in your past that may have tarnished your viewpoint or made you a bit calloused in regards to love and relationships going forward in your life. You may be a little hardened in regards to love. But the thing about it is, this King of Wands is very sure of himself, and this Two of Pentacles is, when it's in the upright, it's a balancing act, right? Trying to juggle. But when it's in the reverse, this gesture, if you will, is no longer juggling. So there's a certainty that you feel almost carved, set in stone in regards to a certain belief when it comes to family or love or relationships. Some of you, and what I'm getting to, before I start going all over the place, in regards to that storyline, because we have this Hangman here, Spirit is asking you to change your perspectives and views this week. Really evaluate your views and perspectives on family and the examples that you've seen and the examples that were set for you, whether through your own relationship experiences or your upbringing. And is it truly in alignment with the soul wants, right? Say if you had these experiences that weren't conducive to seeing healthy relationships or balanced relationships, and then you got out into the dating world and you didn't really get to experience healthy or balanced relationships because you weren't shown those certain relationship skills. You weren't taught those certain relationship skills on how to have a balanced or healthy relationship, and you didn't have any guidance in regards to that. So you ended up in connections that could have either been codependent or abusive, or that could have been one-sided, right? Or dealing with connections where somebody else had, another family or another relationship, but wanting to still be with that person, you still proceed anyway, right? Which causes unbalanced, unhealthy connections. Spirit's asking you to reevaluate. Where are these beliefs stemming from? What examples did you have when it came to relationships, which has now shaped your viewpoint when it comes to love, family, or your home life? Now, on the flip side of that, For others of you, my Leo, Sun, Taurus Moons, you may have a certain belief in regards to a specific relationship partner or a relationship that you've been in, whether it's current or pre-existing, right? Something that you were previously in. Spirit is asking you to, I don't know why this is important, but reevaluate the situation. Look at the role you played, look at the role they played, and look at how your upbringing and external factors really played a part in that connection. Because it feels like there's some form of misalignment, with whether it's within yourself or within the partner you are with or are with, based off certain beliefs that aren't true, or certain examples that you saw that weren't conducive to healthy relationships. Because again, there's a very matter of fact, and mind you, Taurus moons are very stubborn. I have one myself. It's a very stubborn energy. So once your mind is set on something, you're kind of, you don't really like to move off that opinion or off that belief. But Spirit's just asking you, if you can, for this week, there's a need for you to reevaluate those beliefs, right? So that way, moving forward, whether you're in a current connection or existing connection, or you're single, but you are wanting, a Ten of Cups type of connection, what beliefs that you currently have now, whether again off past experiences or examples you saw, or the teachings that you did not receive on how to cultivate a healthy and balanced relationship, what false beliefs do you currently have that need to be, if you will, shifted, so that way you can look at the things that you may be deficient in, or the type of people you go for, or the type of situations you allow yourself to deal with, or the type of people that you attract based off of certain deficiencies that you may have not received on how to cultivate a healthy relationship. Okay? So hopefully I'm making sense here, because I feel like I just went in a circle. So let me go ahead and pull a card here for you. So, Leo Suns, Taurus Moons. Leo Suns, Taurus Moons. We got opportunity. I just got this for Aries. So you may have like an Aries rising or some Aries placement within your chart, or you may have a planet in the first house. Your moon may be in the first house, which is of Aries. But with opportunity being here, and I really like this, for some of you, there may be an opportunity to either heal a romantic relationship or heal a family situation, right? Because when we look at the Ten of Cups, it doesn't always talk about romance. It can talk about family and the home life. So there may be an opportunity coming up this week to really reevaluate that situation and allow for healing within that situation. But again, whatever false beliefs that may keep you stuck or may keep you blocked from being able to really heal that situation or that circumstance, if it's worth healing, right? Because not every situation is. But if it's worth healing for you, we need to look at how to approach this differently, right? This Hangman in the upright talks about needing to have a paradigm shift, right? Needing to have that epiphany, needing to be able to view everything at all angles and all forms to really shift our perspective on what we believe to be true. That may not be true. So this week, there's some form of healing that may be at stake here. And Spirit's asking you, let's try to handle this at a different angle, or look at this through a different lens, okay? So I'm going to leave you here. It's been an absolute pleasure, and thank you. Okay, so we are on to our Leo Suns with a Gemini Moon. Hopefully you guys are doing okay today. Life is treating you well. Everything's fine. Last shuffle. Leo Suns, Gemini Moons, what do they need to know for the week? Okay. Distorted desire. Conscious desire rarely satisfied the unconscious need driving it. Interesting. So when I look at that card, and that's a really cool card to me personally. I actually really do like that card. But the energy on that card is a little distorted, right? It's a little disjointed. Disjointed. I felt like I just slurred that word. It's a little disjointed. And the reason why it is because when this card comes out, it tells us we have a desire for something that may not truly be in alignment for our highest need or good. So it's needing to see things clearly and needing to make sure our desires for whatever it is that we want is truly in alignment with our highest good. And the thing about it is, when we get distorted desire, the unconscious part of our brain is driving that desired need, not the conscious. So when we look at our unconscious part of our brain, where it's on autonomy, right? It's on autopilot. We have desire for something, but not knowing where it's stemming from or what's driving it or what's fueling it. When that tends to happen, especially if that desire is towards something that may not be in our highest good, it can allow us to be in situations that are not really best for us. So let's get some cards out on this. Tell me about this for my Three of Cups in the reverse. For my Leos with the Gemini Moon. King of Pentacles. One last one. Sorry if you can hear Lucky in the background. One more for my Leo Suns, Gemini Moons. Thank you. That one wanted to fall out my hand. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, what's going on here, Leo? Okay. All right. Well, we'll make it work. Okay. Three of Cups in the reverse, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, King of Pentacles upright. This is really interesting. Something, and this is just complete side message for you guys. Just be careful who you feel are your friends or your family, because I'll even look at Three of Cups as family, gathering with family to a certain extent. Just be cautious of who you may view or consider kin, right? Kinfolk, who you may consider friends and family, if you will. Because there's some, when I look at this distorted desire, there's an unconscious drive here of having somebody in your life or people in your life to a certain extent, because they serve a certain purpose, but that purpose necessarily isn't for your highest good in the long run. There's some form of you scratch my back, I scratch your back, but the, if you will, the thought process behind the I scratch your back or you scratch my back is done unconsciously, right? So if I can break this down into size, this would be the energy of I still deal with this friend or this relationship or this family member because they provide some form of stability or emotional gratification, right? Even if it's only just a little bit, they provide something here for me. And in return, whoever you're dealing with, they get something in return from you, right? Whether it's just, you know, Gemini Moon provides me time or attention or some form of resource. I don't know what that may be. But the connection is not a healthy or balanced connection. Again, so when we look at distorted desire, this lets me know that we need to take a look at the unconscious aspect or element of our brain and look at our connections and reevaluate our connections if they're truly in alignment for our long-term highest good, or if it is something that's right now satisfying and gratifying for our own temporary wants and needs and desires in the 3D. Especially with this King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So when you do look at whether again, friends, family, or a romantic partner, even if it's not the healthiest connection, because this feels like it's misplaced. So there's some element that's in regards to this connection that isn't the most healthiest, or it isn't fully balanced. It isn't truly in alignment with your soul's purpose or your soul's mission or your soul's path. We're looking at the long term, right? Not short term. It's not really in alignment with where you're wanting to go or where you will be going in the long run. But in the interim, in the short term, it fulfills the itch. I hope this is making sense, because that's literally what I'm getting here. It scratches an itch for you. But you got to be careful with them itches that are scratched, because sometimes those scratches can leave permanent scars. And we have to look at things that we do unconsciously, what patterns, conditionings, or, if you will, behaviors that it's imprinting on us that we may not be able to see right now on the conscious level, but when we start to, if you will, go down the road, go down a little bit farther, what lasting effects does these connections have? Because when we build connections out of a distorted desire that's not in true alignment with our highest purpose, it tends to take us off our track of where we're trying to go. Right? Just because in the moment it's gratifying. Just because in the moment it's satisfying. So really reevaluate your connections, Leo Sun and Gemini Moon. Again, it doesn't matter whether it's family, friends, or romantic relationship. And ask yourself, and in all due honesty, right? If it's truly a connection that's serving you for the long term, or is it scratching that temporary itch for right now? So let me go ahead and get a card for you. Leo, Sun, Gemini, Moon. Leo, Sun, Gemini, Moon. We got Gateway. I love it. I love it. So we got Gateway. When I look at this reminds me of if you go into any building, literally any building that has, and all buildings nowadays will have, like, you know, those big old exit signs that are hanging at the ceiling or up on the wall to show you like your nearest exit in the big bold red letters. That's exactly what I just saw envisioned in my head. That big old bright exit sign shown by a door, right? Where you can take that exit and go down the stairs and leave the building. This is what this is telling me. This is what Spirit's telling you. You got a gateway here. There's some form of departure that needs to happen from a specific connection that's temporarily scratching your itch on an unconscious level, but it's not going to be gratifying or satisfying or be fully beneficial, if not beneficial at all, in the long term of where you're truly trying to go. So this week, Spirit's asking you to start walking towards that exit. Really evaluate your situation, because again, it's on the unconscious level. So on the surface, it may be a bit hard to detect, right? Because your conscious isn't actively participating in these connections. It's your unconscious. So really evaluate your situations and determine whether it's one or multiple, what connections you need to exit, because they won't serve you in the long term. And if you're not ready to take that full-on step this week, then just assess, right? Start looking at what you need to do, your exit strategy, your exit route. Who do you need to walk out of that exit door, or do you need to be the one to walk out that exit door? Okay? So I'm going to leave it here. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I thank you so much. All right. So, hey, Leo, Suns, Cancer, Moons. Let's see what you need to know for this week. For my Leo, Suns, Cancer, Moons. Last shuffle, Leo, Suns, Cancer, Moons. What does my Leo, Suns with Cancer, Moon placements need to know for this week? Thank you. Okay, I'm not taking two. Nope, just one. Just one, but radical honesty popped out. So you may need to get real with yourself this week, Leo, Sun, Cancer, Moon. Okay, well, Spirit wants to keep giving me two, so I'll just take two. Fine, whatever. Whatever. And we have accountability and radical self-acceptance. So, like I said, you might be needing to get real with yourself this week, because both of those cards talked about being real with yourself. Accountability. Responsibility is a gift of love to yourself and others. Radical self-acceptance. You are perceived the way you perceive yourself. So, taking accountability. This feels like taking accountability for situations you've been involved in, situations you've placed yourself in. And also, too, there's this, it's not necessarily a saying, but, you know, it's more so an understanding of when you're a child, right? You can't choose who your parents are. You can't choose the environment you grew up in. You can't choose your economic status. You can't choose your socioeconomic status. You can't. Unfortunately, not as a child, but when you become an adult, anything and everything after you become adult is your responsibility. And a lot of times we tend to look back at our past, which Cancer Moons, and me as a Cancer myself, I totally understand this, right? We can try to hold fault or blame or place blame on others, right? I wasn't shown this. I wasn't taught how to handle this in life. I wasn't given certain resources, or I didn't know how to. I didn't have family, or I didn't have friends, or I didn't have examples of romantic relationships to show me, what to do or how to go about things or how to handle things in my life situations. But the thing is, once you become an adult, the responsibility is all your own. You can no longer blame what you didn't receive or didn't have in a certain upbringing or in a certain circumstance or situation. And also, as an adult, these situations that you place yourself into that may not have turned out in your favor, or, honestly, in certain situations, you could have been a victim in certain circumstances, right? But as an adult, we still have to take accountability for certain situations we allowed ourselves to deal with. Because mind you, it doesn't matter. And you can speak to any clinician, if I can say the word right. You can speak to any clinician, any psychiatrist, any therapist. They will tell you personally, before any situation that happens, right? Especially when we're dealing with people, because this feels very interpersonal. So this feels like dealing with people. When it comes to those situations, there's always some form of a smoke signal before the fire is shown to you. And we need to listen to our intuition, right? When we start smelling that smoke, because it's trying to alarm us that there's fire around the corner. And sometimes, even though our intuition may be pinging at us, we still proceed. And then we get upset at the other person because, well, this person made me believe, or they were, lying, or they were very manipulative and they made it seem like X, Y, and Z. But again, your intuition will always tell you first. So in those situations as well, we have to take accountability, right? And accept what we've allowed ourselves to deal with, what we allowed ourselves to be put through. Not saying it makes it okay, and I'm not saying it makes it right, but this comes down to accountability, right? So, and like I said, I saw that radical honesty card. So this week, Spirit is asking you to get very honest with yourself this week. Very honest with yourself this week. And that's where your success lies. I love it. I love it. Queen of Wands in the reverse. So this is your energy, right? Starting off. So there's somebody this week, if it hasn't happened already, there's somebody this week that's going to piss you off. Somebody that's going to make you mad. Somebody that's going to hurt your feelings. Somebody that's going to try to make you jealous with that Queen of Wands, Six of Wands being here. Maybe somebody is giving their time and attention to other people. Maybe somebody said that they were going to do something for you and they don't follow through. Maybe somebody said that they were going to do something at your request and it doesn't follow through, even down to the work situation, right? Maybe you thought you were going to get a raise or promotion or get your holiday bonus, or maybe you may have thought something was going to happen in the workplace for your benefit and it does not happen. This is Spirit letting you know there's nothing wrong with you. If it didn't happen, there's nothing wrong with you, right? A lot of times we tend to go inwards and try to blame ourselves or get mad at ourselves or get mad at another person. I will tell you this. More so if this is dealing with people outside of work, right? Because again, this feels very interpersonal. It doesn't really feel work related, but if it is work related for you, then you'll know. You'll know when this week passes, right? How this plays for you. But again, I'm going to speak as if this is dealing with, a one-on-one individual situation. If somebody pisses you off, if somebody falls short, if somebody lets you down, again, don't hold that towards yourself. But also, too, there's going to be some need or form of accountability. Was that person originally trustworthy to begin with? Has this person already shown you behavioral patterns and how they operate, that they may not be reliable or reliant, or that they may not be somebody that you can depend upon? Has that person shown you certain signals or indicators? Because when I'm looking at this, I'm seeing, like, I know there's no flags in this card, but I'm just seeing red flags. I don't know why I'm seeing red flags in this Six of Wands, which Six of Wands has nothing to do with red flags, but I'm just seeing them. But has this person already shown you a glimpse of their character, or a glimpse of who they are? Even if it wasn't to a large severity, but just a sneak preview. You just get the little clipping of that highlight reel, right? But in that highlight reel, you saw some little red flags. I was like, I don't know, it's a little sketchy. And you still, in some way, shape, or form, wanted to rely on this person, or thought they were going to be dependable, or thought they were going to follow through or come through for you, or give you what you need, or the time or attention or the dedication, or provide that resource, or be there, or again, if you ask this person to do something for you, no matter what they may have been, no matter what that may have been, and they fall short, this is your energy. Spirit's asking you got to take a form of accountability, because it feels like in some way, shape, or form, this person has already shown you smoke signals of who their true character was, and there was still a need to proceed forward. And now this week, whether this comes out this week or this is something that has already happened and you're just dealing with the after effect of it this week, there's some upset here. And Spirit's asking you, hey, I understand you're upset, but let's be able to take a little accountability on our part. Let's not throw the full blame on the other person. So 6 of Wands being here, this is how you'll find your success and victory in the situation, right? Taking accountability and knowing, you know what? I can't put this situation on myself. I'm not going to put this situation on myself. I'm not going to hold this situation against me. You know what? I will take accountability for my portion and wipe my hands clean. Whether it's wipe my hands clean of the situation or wipe my hands clean of the person. So, what else, Spirit? One more card. Flexibility. And I like this because it actually kind of goes back to accountability. So, if a situation this week gets you a little temperamental, gets you out your element, moves your disposition a little bit, be able to be flexible with yourself. Be able to try to dust it off. See, a Leo Sun and Cancer Moon, very emotional. You already have a very passionate sun sign, right? And then you mix that with the watery element of the moon. Very emotional, very intense emotions, feels everything. And I get it. I personally understand it. But this is being able to be a little bit flexible with the situation. Don't stay rigid in your emotions this week. And don't allow the situation, whatever this may be for you, to make you rigid. Be a little flexible, and when you're kind to yourself, which is by taking accountability and by having self-acceptance in the situation, you're able to process those emotions. Again, with emotions, they're meant to move. Emotions aren't meant to stay stuck, right? So when you stay stuck in an emotion, all it does is stay within you, and it harbors resentment, anger, upset. And being able to be flexible with your emotions and let them move through you and out of you, you can easily get out of this feeling of feeling upset or pissed off or angry, right? But let's not hold on to the emotion. And the Cancer Moon can hold on to emotion like nobody's business. Okay? So that is your advice this week. Leo Sun and Cancer Moon. I love you guys to pieces, and thank you. Okay. So we are on to sorry. Jeez. Leo Sun, Leo Moon. Hopefully you guys are doing quite all right today. So let's see what's going on for you guys. For the week. Leo Sun, Leo. Thank you. Emptied. The ending and beginning lie at the other side of the same door. Okay. It's going to be one of those readings. All right, let's go. Very dramatic energy. Not surprised, especially with a Leo Sun, Leo Moon. Not surprised, but let's see how this plays out. Let's see. Leo Sun, Leo Moons for the week. What do they need to know? Last shuffle. Thank you, Spirit. Actually, let me do this really quick. There we go. Let me get a little more light. Ten of Swords. Okay. Queen of Cups. The Hierophant. All right. So this goes a couple ways. Be careful. Don't, and I don't like saying don't, because I never like to be matter of fact. All y'all got free will. Y'all can do whatever the hell y'all want to do. But if I can be honest, a And I just had to tell Leo, Sun, Cancer, Moon this. Allow the emotions to flow through you. Because we got the Ten of Swords, Hierophant, and the Queen of Cups here. It feels like either some relationship or some contract or some sort of obligation has came to an end or is coming to an end this week, right? Either it's already came to an end or it's coming to an end this week. And it's leaving you feeling a little emptied. But the good thing about this in a weird way, because we got the Queen of Cups, so this is your saving grace here. So it's like the emotions, the feelings, the love, the care that you've had for a person. And mind you, this doesn't have to be romantic. This could be, family. This could be a friend relationship. This could be, splitting something with a job, with this Hierophant, right? Something that you were committed to. This could even be leaving a religious facility, right? Say if you were Christian and you no longer want to be Christian anymore and you leave that, or, you end up leaving, again, whatever facility. If you went to a Pentecostal church or a Baptist church or a Roman Catholic church or something, you may be leaving that. But this more so feels like a contract or obligation or a relationship, if I will be honest. When I look at emptied, it's like the emotions, the feelings you've had for this person or this situation is emptied. You no longer have it, right? It's been an overkill. It's been overbearing. It's been a burden. It was just too much, and I'm just getting the energy of tired of being tired. So I don't know what that means for you, but I feel tired of being tired. But see, the emotions that you had for a situation, place, or thing, you're pouring into yourself with this Queen of Cups. So yes, there may be emptied emotions when it comes to a certain situation, but the emotions that have been emptied, you're now pouring back into yourself, which is beautiful. And that's the energy I would like for you to stay in this week. I was about to say Cancer. Leo Sun, Leo Moon. That's the energy I would like for you to stay in this week. Again, this situation could have already happened. This ending could have already happened. Or it's something that will be happening this week. And not staying in this pain and this hurt and in this misery, but pouring those emotions back into yourself will really help you feel full again. Giving those emotions that you gave to a certain situation and giving them to yourself. Again, it's not an overnight process. Trust me, it's definitely not. But what it will allow you to do is feel within yourself that lack that is no longer being fulfilled by that external source. You now get to fulfill it with your own love. And this is that energy of loving yourself so hard, nurturing yourself so hard, caring for yourself so hard, appreciating yourself so hard. You've made it out on the other side. That's something to celebrate. Not a lot of people do. With this Ten of Swords, you see this man on the ground, right? Man dead. Man went night-night, and he ain't come back. Right? So a lot of people, when they go through traumatic events or hurtful situations or painful situations, sometimes that sticks with them forever. And if this is specifically in regards to a heartbreak, and this may be for like one or two of you, if this is specifically in regards to a heartbreak, when doctors take x-rays of the human heart after a heartbreak, the heart shape changes. And there's actual images of what hearts look like after a heartbreak. It's a full-on physical and chemical transformation when you go through a heartbreak. And some people actually die of heartbreaks. Ten of Swords. But see, the thing about it is, you're still here. It didn't kill you. And like they always say, as cliche as it is, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. But it's very true. And when you go through similar situations, does it get easier? Not necessarily, but you know how to process and cope with it a bit better, to move on a bit faster. And to do so, Queen of Cups, catering to you now, catering to yourself, your needs, your wants, and your desires in a very emotional and nurturing, kind, caring way. So, may I have a card here for my Leo Suns, Leo Moons? Thank you. Change. Absolutely. So whatever this ending was with the Ten of Swords was for the best, even though it may not feel like it right now, or it may have not felt like it at the time. But with change, it allows for new opportunities and new beginnings and new things to come in the door for you that are better suited. Or new things to come in the door for you that will change the trajectory of the course that you're on to take you to things that are better suited. So look at it in a, if you will, and I know it's hard when you're going through it, but once you can move past the pain or the hurt of whatever this is, start to look at it as the glass half full and not half empty. Okay? So Leo Sun, Leo Moon, I love you guys to pieces. Be well this week, and I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, so we are on to Leo Sun Virgo Moon. Ooh, okay, cards, come on. Leo Sun Virgo Moon. What do they need to know for this week? My Leo Suns, Virgo Moons. Leo Sun, Virgo Moons. Leo Sun, Virgo Moons. What do they need to know for this week? Okay, maybe nothing. You guys are perfectionists, those Virgo placements, so. And the Leo Sun on top of that. Whew. Okay. May I have just one card, Spirit, or you make me pick from the top. Leo Sun, Virgo Moons. What do they need to know for this week? Okay. All right, Spirit, you're going to make me do this the hard way. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Split the deck. And I rarely do that. Rarely do that, but when I do that, Spirit knows I'm pissed. And I'm a little pissed because I hate having to split the deck like that and pull. So we have moving forward. The first step is taken within our stillness. Okay. So let's see. I like this card too because if you look at it, I think this is an eagle. You kind of see it right here in the shadow. So it looks like an eagle. But this is rising above, right? Rising above whatever has occurred, whatever has happened, whatever has, if you will, I just heard taking something from you. I don't know what that means for you. But this is rising above conflicts, problems, issues, strife, circumstances. Rising above them. So how are my Leo Suns and Virgo Moons? This week, what do they need to know for this week's Spirit? Leo Suns, Virgo Moons for this week. 5 of Cups, absolutely. So starting off with the 5 of Cups here, moving forward, there's something from your past. Queen of Cups in the reverse. There's something in your past or something you could have been going through recently. It doesn't feel like this is happening this week. This feels like something you've already went through because now you're moving forward. Something that may have emotionally hurt you. Something that emotionally left you depleted or deprived. May have left you feeling, even for some of you, depressed, going through depression, anxiety, panic attacks. It's a very triggering energy because I can list off all the clinical terms of mental illnesses, and I don't mean in like when we say mental illness, there's this stigma, and I don't mean anything all left field or left sided, but depression is a form of mental illness. Dealing with anxiety and panic attacks, things of that nature, that is a form of mental illness. I deal with that personally, so I'm not trying to, be rude when I say those things. I'm just talking clinically at this moment, right? But when we deal with those type of mental issues that are caused by heartbreak or sadness or depression or some form of upset or some form of hurt or heartbreak, it's very hard to overcome. But you know what, Leo Sun, Virgo Moon, I got to commend you because to keep pushing forward and moving forward, even though this Queen of Cups is in the reverse, you may not be fully emotionally yourself, right? You may be a percentage there, but I don't see you being fully there. I think you're still trying to move forward. Yep, you're still juggling with your emotions. 2 of Pentacles. You're still trying to emotionally process things and gather your belongings emotionally, right? You're not in the thick of it. You're not in your house or in your car or in your room crying and feeling upset or just pissed off or holding your emotions in, because the 5 of Cups is a very silent emotional energy. This isn't emotional outbursts. This isn't being emotionally expressive to people. This is You at home, alone, feeling the hurt. And you may not even cry out loud in your own home. And some of you, you may. Some of you may not express your pains out loud in your own home in the comfort of your own solace. Some of you may. But this is a very silent pain energy. It's like, you know, when you feel your heart breaking, when you get devastating news or you're in a devastating situation, and physically you can feel the pain seep through every inch of your body, through every single vein, through every single nerve. You can feel it. But it's almost like you don't say anything. It's just kept in. You feel it. It's like when you've cried so much and you can't cry anymore, but you still feel the pain. That's that Five of Cups energy to me. It's a very painful, but silent painful. And that's why this card can be linked to depression. Queen of Cups here in the reverse, though, next to the Five of Cups in the reverse. So it's like you are out of the midst of that situation. So the impact, the blow has already hit. The strike has already hit. Now you're reveling with picking up the pieces, trying to move forward. And that's what you're doing this week, picking up the pieces and moving forward. I don't know what this is about, whether this is in regards to losing a loved one or a family member, whether this is in regards to, you know, a work situation, financial situation, a love situation. This could be so many different faces. But this week it feels like you're picking up the pieces and trying to move forward the best way that you can, but your emotional equilibrium is still off, okay? So I'll tell you this, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. Breathe. If you feel like you can't go at it alone, I know therapy is always a good resource. I love therapy. BetterHelp.com is always really great, right from your phone. Affordable therapy, because I know it could be expensive, and not all of us got, you know, medical insurance, okay? Okay. So, but whatever way you choose to process this, take it slow. Truth. Yeah. You may have found the truth out about something, or you're coming to the truth of a situation, which is allowing you to move forward, but you're still grappling with the effects of whatever this was. Okay? So I send you my love, Leo, Sun, Virgo, Moon. Be well. Be safe. Okay? Love you guys. All right. So we're on to our Libra Moons, Leo Suns. Leo Suns, Libra Moons. Whew. Okay. Didn't want to take all those, but hey, they're here. So we have Eternal Gatekeeper. Acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you, and strength of vulnerability. True power lies at the roots of perceived weakness. Okay, what a week. What a week. I think Aries had that Eternal Gatekeeper. So you may have an Aries placement. Your Libra Moon may be in the first house, which is of Aries. Or there's something in regards to Libra Aries, because I know the opposed sign of Aries is Libra. So there may be some opposition between your Libra Moon and some form of a planet in Aries within your chart. Or your North Node could be in Aries, South Node in Libra, or vice versa. Doesn't have to be. I just like calling those things off in these kind of reads. Okay. Last shuffle. Okay. So for my Libra Moons, Leo Suns, what do they need to know this week, Spirit? Okay, we got the Queen of Wands in reverse, Two of Swords. I haven't pointed out the bottom of the deck in any of the other moon placement signs, but I will point this out for you, Libra Moon. We got the moon on the bottom of the deck, which we're talking about the moon, right? Your Libra Moon. Queen of Wands in reverse, Two of Swords in the reverse, Eight of Cups. So you're very decisive. There's something that either is coming out this week or has come out that has really put you off your balance or will put you off your balance in regards to your emotional state. There is some form of upset. We'll just use that word, right? There's some form of upset. And see, the thing about you, Libra Moon, even with the Libra Moon, you like to see the balance in situations, or the perspective, right? There's some form of perspective you like to understand from other people's sides. Now, mind you, you still got that fieriness about you because of your Leo sun, and also depending on what else is in your placements. But you do generally try to see, okay, the other side of the coin. This week, I don't know who done tipped your rocker and who pissed in your Wheaties. But I'm going to tell you, this week, no. You're not going for it. You're not willing to see somebody's side. You're not willing to see the balance in the situation. This situation here, as the eternal gatekeeper, you have the access code to allow or deny anybody into your life. You can say, come on in, or you can say, nope, you need to go, right? You've overstayed your welcome. And with that strength of vulnerability, I think you're being very honest and very real with yourself. And you're really looking in the mirror. I think you're really confronting a lot of things within yourself in regards to a certain situation that you are about to walk away from or have walked away from. A situation that has really made you upset or pissed you off. And with this moon, there could have been something that was hidden, secrets. And even with this moon, because it's still in the upright on the bottom of the deck, there's still something pending you're going to find out. It may happen this week because we haven't gotten into the full week yet, or it may be coming up after. There's something that you're going to find out that really tips the rocker if you haven't found this out already. So for some of you, this energy just recently happened, and I mean just recently, or this is what's to come this week. And with this 8 of Cups, you're able to be emotionally vulnerable and emotionally strong and emotionally honest with yourself to say, you know what? I have the access code to allow or deny anybody in my life. And you know what? I'm going to walk away from this. I have to walk away from this. I have to emotionally abandon this. I have to leave this situation. I have to walk away from this. And with this 2 of Swords, it feels very decisive. That you don't want to see somebody else's perspective. That it's not worth seeing somebody else's side of things. It's not worth dealing with anymore. Because mind you, Libra Moon, you are in that moon placement. You are able to see other people's perspectives. You try to be a bit fair. You do. I'm going to give you that credit. You try to be a bit fair here. Right? But even in being fair, you still are rational. So it's like, okay, I'm trying to see the situation from different angles and perspectives, but there's no way I can get around from seeing what I've already saw. There's no way I can see what I've already saw, or how you've treated me, or how I've dealt with the situation that was thrown at me, whether this is love, family, or work. There's no way around seeing this at a different angle. I just have to pack up my things and go. And that takes a lot of courage, and that takes a lot of strength, and that takes a lot of vulnerability. It truly does. And this week, oh, you are washing your hands clean of something. I don't know what this is for you. All of you might be different. But I do see you washing your hands of something. So, Leo Sun, Libra Moon. What do they need to know? Yep. So we have flow and we have voyage. And that voyage is going back to this 8 of Cups here. Right? So with flow and voyage, again, there's no way for you to see things in a different perspective. It's, again, you may have already tried, and it's just like you can't get around seeing what you already saw, right? The situation has revealed itself for what it is. And if it hasn't with this moon here, it will, right? You're going to have to confront some things with this moon. And I think with this flow energy, you're just washing your hands and just saying, you know what? I have to just... The way things have just played out, the way things are, I just have to scrub my hands and keep it moving, keep it flowing. Voyage. I'm packing up my stuff, I'm packing up my emotions, and I'm walking. Or I'm going to pack up your stuff, and I'm going to tell you to get the walking and to get the hell out of my life. I don't want you here in my life anymore. I don't want this situation in my life anymore. I don't want to deal with this circumstance in my life anymore. I'm packing up your bags. And you have to go. So either you're going to pack up your bag and go, or you're going to tell somebody that they got to pack up their bags and go. Either way, somebody is exiting your life this week if they haven't already. Okay? But something's going to be revealed to you first about this. There's something here with this moon that has to be revealed. If you haven't found that already, that puts you in this 2 of Swords state of, no, there's no way I can look at this from any other perspective. It's just clear. I can't. It's clear as day. I see the situation for what it is, because the 2 of Swords in the upright, it's refusing to see something. When it's in reverse, oh no, you see it clear as day. Okay? So my Libra Moons, Leo Suns, be well, be safe this week. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Okay, so we are now on to our Leo Sun, Scorpio Moon. What's going on with our Leo Sun, Scorpio Moon? Okay. Your energy straight away. Metamorphosis. Power and strength lie within our surrender to change. And isn't Scorpio all about change? So something this week for you, Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, will be changing. Or something may have already changed and now you're dealing with it. Let's see how this plays out. So, if I can shuffle. If I can shuffle, please. There we go. Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon. Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon for this week. Last shuffle here. Thank you. What does my Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moons need to know for the week? We got the Five of Pentacles. Strength. Okay. Okay, this may be in regards to work. This may be in regards to a legal situation. It can be in regards to love. I mean, it can really be in regards to anything, to be honest here, okay? So let me give you guys a couple of different scenarios. Five of Pentacles, Strength, and the Justice. So to bring balance, to bring harmony, something has to be let go of. Something has to be left out in the cold. Something has to be removed here, right? So one example that I'm getting is there's something that you just may not feel like you have the strength to really deal with anymore. You may just say, you know what, I wash my hands and I'm done with it, right? Making that change to just walk out of a situation or walk out of somebody's life, right? That's your justice. On the flip side, karma's at play here, right? So and again, I'm going to give you all the scenarios I'm getting because this may, for all of you, will be different for my Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moons. Somebody could have left you out in the cold, right? Somebody could have left you out in the cold. Somebody may have not wanted to deal with you any longer, or had the strength to deal with this connection any longer, this situation, whether it's love, family, friends. But with this justice here and change, it feels like karma. See, sweet lady karma always gets her freaking justice. So this week, you may see the ramifications of that. If somebody left you out in the cold in the past, justice will be served to whoever left you out in the cold this week. The universe does not let things go unhandled and unnoticed. So I definitely get that energy here strongly. If there's a legal situation, you may end up losing financially, or there may be some form of a financial loss where you may have to make changes in regards to your stability and livelihood if you are dealing with the legal case. So just make sure that you are prepared. Again, I'm not a lawyer or an attorney, so make sure if you are dealing with the legal case, talk to your lawyer or attorney, okay? But I do see the possibility of losing financially, or because of legal finances, having to spend, for lawyers, attorneys, court processing, and all that stuff, that it may cause a great setback to your finances. Also, too, for some of you, if things have been really rocky on the job front, this may be the week where your job may really be at risk, right? You may really be on the line for losing your job. So just make sure you check in with your boss, supervisor, if you do work for a company or organization. If it is something that you do want to keep, see what you can do to keep your job, or if you can improve your performance or what they may be wanting or needing from you, so that way you can sustain your job, because I do see the potential of losing a job here. But stronger than that, Five of Pentacles being here with this justice, I feel like somebody's going to get their karmic justice this week for whatever may have happened. And this change and this justice, whether you left this person out in the cold or you decided to walk out and leave this person out in the cold. This causes a shift. It's almost like a domino effect, a ripple effect here. By making that move or making that choice, it allows for things to shift in your life now. So I want to look further into this. Okay, taking risk. Okay, So I'll tell you, especially for some of you who had to walk away from a situation, whether it is love, family, a job, whatever it may be, right? And I'm also getting a second message, especially for my ones who want to be entrepreneurs or business owners. You may have taken that financial hit or that risk to leave a job, right? That no longer may have been serving you, that you just no longer felt passionate about or wanted to pursue any longer. And by making that change and taking that risk, again, karma, Lady Justice, has something really beautiful in store for you for taking that risk. But again, the financial aspect or your form of stability, you may be struggling with that right now, whether it's actually financially or emotionally or psychologically. You may be still reveling from the risk that you've taken, but it wasn't in vain, okay? So this week, Scorpio, change is happening. You're taking risk, or you may have taken a risk to leave or depart from somebody's life or have somebody depart from your life. Or you may have taken a risk to start up that business or start your own business or to leave that job. Or if that job is letting you go, you may be taking that risk to start your own business or taking that risk to go towards another company. Either way, this week is all about change. So just hold tight, be ready, and breathe if you can. You know, change is, in the end, normally it can be good, but at the beginning it's a little chaotic, okay? But Leo, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, I love you guys. I'm going to leave this here, and I hope you have a good one. Okay, so we're on to my Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon. What does my Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon needs to know for the week? What do my Leo, Suns, and Sagittarius, Moons need to know for the week? Intention. Oh, there's two cards in this deck that are my absolute favorite, and they're my absolute favorite words in the dictionary. Intention and accountability. There's a third for a bonus, which is integrity, which is also in this deck. But I love intention here. Lacking personal direction begets confusion and life as a pawn to someone else's game of chess. Absolutely. So let's look further into this for my Leo, Suns, Sagittarius, Moon. Last shuffle, if I can shuffle. If I can shuffle, goddammit. There we go. All right, Leo, Sun, Sag, Moons. What do they need to know for the week? Okay, we got more than what we wanted, but we'll take it. Knight of Swords in the reverse. 10 of Swords. The Death in the reverse. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just start making sound effects. I don't know. I'm like a human lawnmower. I literally just start making sound effects when I look at certain cards. And I'm like, okay, I know where this is about to go. I know where this is about to head. So let's get into it. Leo, Sun, Sag, Moon. There is somebody, and this is family, friends, or romantic. Straight up, no ifs, ands, or buts. If that's not your situation, then it's not your situation. But we got the Knight of Swords in reverse to the Ten of Swords. This is somebody or something you've ended things with. You're no longer in communication. You're not speaking. You're not talking. But they are not over you. They're not over the ending of whatever connection, relationship, partnership, friendship, family ship. I don't know, all the ships, right? Cruise ship, for God's sake. All the ships, they're not over, right? They're not over with this Death card here in reverse. But what I am a little iffy on is this Death being in reverse. Though they're not over it, right? They would like to, in some way, shape, or form, revive it. There's a lack of change here with this Death in the reverse, right? Death talks about not changing or transforming. And it brings us to intention. So you may have somebody trying to come back this week. If they haven't came back already, they will try to come back this week. Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon. What are their intentions? What are their reasons for coming back? Why are they wanting to come back? Why are they wanting to come back all of a sudden? Depending on why things ended, what is making them come back? What are the circumstances around them returning? Intention, vetting, understanding. Those are the keywords that need to be really analyzed this week when it comes to whoever this person is that's coming back into your life. Setting your intentions, but understanding whoever this is intentions and really digging deep, not allowing your emotions to play a factor, not allowing your feelings. And I don't mean only the emotions in the lovey-dovey, I miss you type of way. I mean even the anger, even the impulsivity, even the aggression or the upset. Any emotion upon the spectrum, don't allow it to be a factor. What you need to do in this energy, and again, I'm not telling you because I'm telling you because this is what I'm getting off the cards. You can do as you want. But in this energy, what needs to be done is neutrality. Hopefully I'm saying that word right? Neutrality. We'll just put it like this, being neutral, right? Neutral. And I know that can be a little difficult as a Leo Sun and Sag Moon, right? Very heated, very intense, very passionate, very impulsive energy on both ends of the spectrum, right? Your Sun and your Moon. But what I will tell you here is there's a need for you to be neutral, because when we're in our emotions, it's hard for us to see things clearly, and it's hard for us to really gauge somebody's intentions clearly. So what I would ask of you this week when this person returns, be very neutral upon this person's return. Do not allow your emotions to affect your actions or your behaviors or your words. This is responding and not reacting to somebody's return, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And find out, why are you coming back into my life? What do you want? Is it worth my time? Are you worth my time? Why did you do this to me? Or why, did we end things? Or, the real reason of what happened. And is it even worth to re-entertain this? Right? Because setting your intention begets confusion in life as a pawn to someone else's game of chess. This person can be coming back to continue to play games with you, or string you along, or play with you, or toy with you, right? Whether this is a family member, friend, or a lover. And this is you needing to be very intentional so that way you don't go back on the merry-go-round of the Ten of Swords. Okay? So let's get a card here for my Leo, Sun, Sag, Moons. Pleasure. All right. Now be careful. Don't say Mariah ain't warn you. Don't say Mariah ain't warn you. I don't want to see all my comments. Because with this pleasure here, I'm going to let you know what this feels like. Not all of you, of course. All of you are different. But I'm going to let you know, a good amount of you guys may end up giving into this because of whatever pleasure that's there, or whatever pleasure you may be seeking, whatever void you may be seeking to be filled by this person. You may be missing this person, longing for this person, wanting this person back, missing whatever pleasure that was there between you two. And pleasure doesn't have to mean, sex or like physical intimacy, but just the enjoyment of having somebody in your company, having this person in your company. Because the Ten of Cups is still a very powerful energy, even though it's in the reverse. This is ultimate emotional fulfillment, right? That happiness that you only truly get with, a few people in your life, right? That ultimate happiness where life is great. Everything in your life feels complete. With this person coming back, you may give in to it because of what you felt with this Ten of Cups at one point in time. And if that's the case, again, you can do as you please. Just make sure you check for this person's intentions. Okay? So, Leo Sun, Sag Moon, I'm going to leave you there, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you. Okay, so we are now on Leo Sun, Capricorn Moon. Last shuffle. For my Leo, Sun, Capricorn Moons, what do they need to know for the week? Thank you. And I just told that exact phrase to Leo, Sun, Sagittarius, Moon. So your Moon in Sagittarius could be in the 10th house of Capricorn. I'm so sorry. Your Moon in Capricorn could be in the 9th house of Sagittarius. Because I literally said this exact phrase to them. So it's responding, not reacting. The only control we have is in how we respond to the hand we are dealt. So let's look further at this. So for my Leo Suns, Capricorn Moons, last shuffle, Leo Suns, Capricorn Moons. Okay. I've been struggling with my shuffle this whole dang video. All right. Leo Suns, Capricorn Moons. What can we let them know, Spirit? What can we let them know? Leo Suns. Okay. Seven of Cups in the reverse. King of Cups. Ah. Okay. I actually like this because that King of Cups is definitely responding, not reacting. But with the King of Cups, he goes a little bit further. Sometimes he won't even respond to you. He'll just feel everything. He's not a reactionary energy, not in the upright. Not in the upright. See, with the Seven of Cups right next to it, this is telling you about having a clear sight, clear vision, a clear understanding, not being in your emotions, right? Which, as a Capricorn Moon, it's not something that you really do. But see, the thing is, a lot of people tend to misjudge Capricorn, and I'll say moons specifically, because moons still are emotions. Capricorn moons tend to not be emotionally expressive. They tend to repress a lot of emotions, so they feel a lot. They don't get the credit. The Capricorns feel a lot on the inside, but they don't really express them. Now, with you having a Leo Sun, that can vary upon whatever else is in your chart that may make you more expressive than other Capricorn moons versus what makes you less expressive. So all of that will vary individually, right? Looking at your natal chart. But generally, Leo Sun, Capricorn Moon, you guys feel a lot, but you don't really go off emotion. You really don't. And I think sometimes that can be a struggle with their Leo Sun, right? Whether to react or not to react, whether to respond or not to respond, right? But this is telling you, though, this is needing to be very clear in your emotions and clear in your understanding. Five of Pentacles in the reverse, the Lovers in the reverse. This seems just like the Sagittarius reading I just did. Sag Moon. This can go a couple of different ways. There may be somebody returning back to you this week. Five of Pentacles in reverse, Lovers in the reverse. And Spirit's needing you to be emotionally grounded, right? Which is a Capricorn thing, a Capricorn moon type of thing. Being emotionally grounded, not reacting to when this person comes back, but responding, right? Being able to control how you deal with the situation. Not flying off the handle, not showing large emotional displays, whether it's of affection or of anger, right? Being able to remain neutral in the situation and neutralizing the situation. For others of you, there may have been a situation that you felt really connected to, whether this was a job, opportunity, a circumstance in life that is no longer working out or may have not worked out. And Spirit's asking you to stay emotionally grounded. Because this Five of Pentacles, you're not going to be left out in despair for long. Doesn't mean you have to be in some deep type of financial destitute or you're completely, in some poverty of some sort of sense, whether it's emotionally, psychologically, financially, whatever. But if something that you felt really close or attached to, whether it was a hobby or some form of career path or a job, something that you did feel like was an alignment for you, or you may have thought it was and it's just not working out for you anymore, this almost feels like Spirit bringing you in something that will be an alignment for you, that will actually make you feel abundant within yourself, because the Five of Pentacles is in the reverse, right? That will make you feel a bit more stable, at least emotionally for now. But how you're handling this situation is what is key, right? Keeping your emotional composure, your emotional cool, and your emotional balance. And especially if this is somebody that's returning back to you, because this is the largest message here. Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So especially if somebody's returning back to you, or your actual stability, your home, your finances have been affected, don't allow your emotions to take control of over the situation. Spirit is asking you to temper whatever emotions you have. And in regards to the situations, whether you communicate or confide in your friends or family, or if you deal with that person directly or that situation directly, don't allow your emotions to fly off the handle. So Leo Sun, Capricorn Moons. Pleasure, yeah. There's something in regards to Sagittarius with your chart because they got the same card too. So things will get better. I would say that. That's exactly what I'm hearing. Things will get better. With this pleasure here, you know, whatever didn't work out, you will get something that's more pleasurable for you. Or if something does decide to come in and work itself out for you, again, if you can keep your emotional control, at the end of the day, you will end up gaining the biggest benefit and the biggest reward or pleasure being here, okay? So just temper the emotions this week. And that's all I'll tell you. All right. Bye, Cap, Moon, Leo, Sun. Okay, so we are now on Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. What do they need to know for the week? And it's kind of interesting because a lot of moon placements had similar energies for this week. So it feels like there's some form of shift collectively that's happening with a lot of you guys. So tell me, for my Leo, Suns, Aquarius, Moons, what do they need to? Thank you. Emotion. Did I get this card for you guys before? The last time I did this? Maybe not. But if I don't know why it feels very familiar with your energy. So it says emotions are messengers to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude. Emotional energy. Ooh. Okay. The reason why I say ooh is because as an Aquarius, not me being an Aquarius, but having Aquarius in a moon placement, which Aquarius is, not to say that they don't feel emotions, everybody does, right? But they're a bit more detached from their emotions, right? They're more cerebral than emotional. And to have a Aquarius moon is definitely, I would say, a tug of war at the heart and mind. And with this emotional energy coming up here, Spirit is asking you to get in touch with your emotions this upcoming week. What for? I don't know, so we'll take a look. So for my Leo, Suns, Aquarius, Moons, what do they... Okay. Wow. Nine of Pentacles, Justice, the High Priestess. Okay. For some of you, you may be single. Larger message than that, right? Whether you're single or not, it really doesn't matter. There's a strong independent energy here, right? There's a strong ambitious energy here. There's a strong confident energy. See, the Nine of Pentacles, I love her. I think that's probably one of my favorite energies. Probably more than the Empress, to be honest. But I love the Nine of Pentacles because she's worked so hard. Before the Nine, we had the Eight of Pentacles. She's worked so hard to get to where she is. There's something here about this Aquarius. Oh, I know what this is. You're just going to make me emotional. Maybe this emotional energy was for me because now it's going to make me emotional. Now it's going to make me emotional because it's such a beautiful energy. Yours is my favorite out of all the ones that I've done because this is the energy of you worked so hard. You've worked so hard. You've tried to do things by the book. Of course, you know, in life, we got our little shortcuts all of us may take, you know. We're not all angels and perfect, right? But for the most part, you try to do things right by the book. You try to do things the fair way, the balanced way, the honest way. You try to live life by a certain code, by a certain level of integrity, by a certain level of discipline and honor. You've lived that life, or you've tried to live in that path, which has brought you some form of stability or success in your own right. And it doesn't matter what level of the Nine of Pentacles you're on. You could be at the Nine of Pentacles and feel that way because you can pay your rent or your mortgage. You got gas in your car, food in your house, and your lights on. And you feel that independent energy because you can provide that for yourself. Or for some of you, you may have loftier ambitions or loftier goals where you're able to pay your rent in your high rise or have a really nice house and have a luxury car and be able to take trips and shop designer, whatever it may be, whatever your version of Nine of Pentacles may be, each and every one of you, it will be absolutely subjective. That's not the point here. Whatever your version of the Nine of Pentacles, whatever that lifestyle is for you, based upon your hard work and effort, needs to be acknowledged. See, and this is why I'm getting emotional here, and I think this card was for me, not for y'all. But it truly is for you. Because you've done and you've lived life in a certain way of honor, in a certain form of code to get to where you were. You didn't take the easy route. You didn't take the quick route to get to where you are. You really put in the time, the effort, the investment to get to where you are. And this week, there's something about appreciation, because the Nine of Pentacles also talks about appreciation. There's something that needs to be appreciated about you with this High Priestess. See, the thing about it is, yes, you are Leo Sun, so your accomplishments or achievements, you may put them on a more magnified scale, but it doesn't feel like you're boastful about what you achieve. It doesn't feel like you're braggadocious about what you've achieved. There's something here with this High Priestess that a lot of things that you've had to endure, a lot of things you've had to suffer through, a lot of things you had to work through, a lot of things you had to persevere through, you've kept to yourself. So people see your success, but they don't see the hours, the back end, the lonely nights, the nights crying, the early mornings, the extra hours, the extra shifts, taking the risk. Also dealing with certain failures to get yourself to the Nine of Pentacles. And Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. This week is a week where spirits ask you to not be silent about everything you know about what it took to get here. This week is about appreciating you. You have a beautiful week. And that's where this emotional energy is coming in. Be able to experience and live in the emotions and celebrate how hard you've worked, how far you've come. Don't just allow those efforts to sit dormant within you. Be able to be appreciative in the world, in the 3D. Buy yourself something nice. Go treat yourself to a nice dinner. Take yourself out to drinks. Do something really nice for yourself this week, Aquarius, to really show your own self how much you appreciate you, because guess what? You were the one that got you to where you are today. Nobody else did. That Nine of Pentacles, it's a very solo energy. So I'm talking to my ones that didn't have the backup or resources or, some form of family support. Nine of Pentacles, I had to go out and bust my ass, because if I didn't bust my ass, I wouldn't be bringing home any bacon to eat. So I had to make sure I go and do it. And the fact that you've gotten yourself to a certain place in life, appreciate it. Stop keeping it inside. Scream it out loud. Say it out loud. This High Priestess energy is here. It feels like you're muting your own emotions in regards to your success or your accolades or your achievements. And Spirit is saying, no, not this week, Aquarius. No, not at all. So I don't know if there was something of like a really great recent accomplishment or something that you will be accomplishing this week that you need to go out and celebrate and just not keep to yourself. Or if this is just celebrating who you are for the fact that you've gotten where you are in life. But please do so. It's a beautiful energy. It's a beautiful energy. And I know sometimes, especially for my ambitious guys and girls, where it's like, okay, we accomplished something, and then it's like, what's next? What's the next thing to accomplish? What else do I need to take on? And we don't really take the time to smell the roses and look back at everything we've accomplished. We keep looking forward at what's to come next, or what do I have to do next? That we don't look at the trail that we just blaze behind us of all of our hard work and effort. And Spirit saying, take a look back and look at that trail of fire you just blazed to get yourself here. And we have taking risk. I wish this was like an actual reading, because I love this energy here. Taking risk. Yeah. The risk you had to take. The risk you had to make to get yourself to where you are. Or the risk you will have to take this week to get yourself to where you want to further be. And whatever this risk is, it's going to pay off for you. So I would say to you, I celebrate you. I celebrate you and your accomplishments. Leo, Sun, Aquarius, Moon. I'm very appreciative to be in your energy. I so am. Because you are such a beast. Such a beast. Right? And they don't make them like that anymore. So I appreciate you. So I'm going to leave your reading here. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you. Okay, so now we are on to our Leo Sun's Pisces Moon. Leo Sun, Pisces Moon. Last shuffle. What do they need to know for the week? Okay, thank you. Spirit self. Be who you are as you are. Okay. I like how we're closing out this moon placement reading. Be who you are as you are. What does this have to do with our Pisces moon, Leo suns for the week? All right, thank you. The Magician in the reverse. Our Leo Sun's Pisces Moon for the week, Spirit. Leo's, okay. King of Wands in the reverse. One more. Leo Sun. No, I'm not taking 4, but that was the 9 of Cups. Okay, I'll take those 2 though. Interesting. So Magician reverse, King of Wands, 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, 3 of Cups. I actually really like this. In a weird way. I'm going to be honest with you, in a weird way. You know, because this is letting me know, 3 of Cups, this week you'll be enjoying yourself. You will. You'll be enjoying yourself. For some of you, I'll just give the message. I'll just give you the message. I don't want to say it, but for the small few of you here, somebody who could have been manipulative, that either you let them go or they let you go, could be trying to come back with manipulative intentions, wanting to reconcile. And you really need to decide or decipher if this person is truly in alignment with who you are, what you want, and what it is that you're looking for. Okay? I just have to give that message. I'm not going to stay on that yucky energy. But outside of that, though, there's this, if you will, see the King of Wands in this energy for me, and it's really weird because I rarely, if ever, get this energy off the King of Wands, but it feels like overly ambitious, overly motivated, overly driven, overly like this gusto. Like this, it feels like a, like I don't know how, if I'm like describing it right, but I feel like this gusto. And it just feels, because it's overly ambitious, it's like you're psyching yourself up. It's like you may have felt like things were working against you and not with you, right? Going against the tide and not flowing with the tide. Whatever you may have felt like has been going against you, it's like you're having to muster up the gusto or the determination or the drive with all of the might you have, because in the upright, King of Wands can do it with ease. Snap his finger and it's just like, okay, I'm going after what I want. In the reverse, it's like I really have to pull from my lower belly and pull that energy up to really be motivated. So some of you may be tired this week. I'm getting that, like really maybe dealing with fatigue a bit more than normal, more than usual. But I do see you trying to build up that fight to push through a certain situation or a circumstance that is just not working in your favor. I don't know if you may feel like this about life, about a person, about people, about an opportunity. I don't know. But it's like you're trying to build up and move past it with all your determination and might. And this 4 of Pentacles, it's like you just want to give up. You want to give up, or you may feel like you want to give up because, again, it's like you really have to use a lot of your energy to push through whatever it feels like life is preventing from working out or not playing out in your favor. Or it's like one thing after the other. Again, this Magician, it's the energy of, I always look at it as Murphy's Law at times. What can go wrong will go wrong. This is the universe not working in your favor. Because the Magician holds his hand up to the universe and the other at the ground to manifest what he hears from spirit into reality. So when we reverse that energy, it's like, okay, well, we're going to bring the bullshit into your reality. We're going to bring roadblocks and blockages and stoppages into your reality instead of manifesting what's for your highest good. And it's like you're still pushing through that with your spirit self, still trying to find that drive, despite wanting to give up, despite wanting to be tired, despite wanting to lose hope or faith. And I'll tell you, Pisces Moon, Leo Sun, if you keep going with that form of gusto, 3 of Cups, you'll get to the other side and you'll be able to celebrate and be back in your zone and be able to be happy and feel good and celebrate whatever victory you've overcame and triumphed. But there is that energy of you are going to have to push through, because it feels like, to some degree, again, I don't know if this is in a specific area, situation, life circumstance, or person, but it's like what can go wrong will go wrong. And but your determination and drive to move past this, even though it feels like it's forced, where it's like you have to force it, whether it's like through watching inspirational, motivational videos on YouTube to get that juice flowing, or being pumped up, or going to the gym and hitting it hard in the gym to get that motivation and that determination and drive going. Whatever it is that you use to force yourself or push yourself to that edge, it's going to get you to the other side. But again, it's those roadblocks that I see here that's making you tired. And we got going forward. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you are going forward, and you are moving forward. And I have to point out the greens, because the green in this card and the green in this card talks about the heart chakra. So whatever it is that you're pushing forward towards, you're doing it with love, right? Knowing that this is something that would be fulfilling, or something that you love, or the love of yourself, knowing that you need to get this done or accomplish this or need to get to the other side, and you're going to push through no matter what. It's coming from the heart space, which I truly and genuinely love. But guess what? You're going to go forward. You're going to continue to go forward. And when you make it on the other side, we got the Three of Cups here. Celebration. All right. For all your hard work and effort. So Leo Sun, Pisces Moon, it's been an absolute pleasure to read for you. I thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.